The 1 crore, whatever the profit we have actually got for the business, the employer will share with us. Apart from wages, apart from salary, apart from those things, whatever the other benefits the employee and the laborer gets, that we call it as a fringe benefit. So the employer is actually giving what the employees deserve. The extra compensation, what the employee gets, we term them as fringe benefits. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm B.B.A from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students for the last session of incentive plans. Now in this session, I'm going to teach you about the profit sharing. Now what exactly profit sharing is all about? So whenever we go with this topic called profit sharing, we all feel that it is like a partnership where people are sharing the profit. No, it is not. It is the profit sharing relation which happens with the employer and the employee. Now, what the employer does is he makes sure that the employees will work because the employer has promised them to go with the sharing of the profit. And here what employees feel is, if we do more productivity, if we work more, then definitely the employer will share the profit with us. But in reality, what happens, I'll tell you in this session, you will be amazed. The first one here is profit sharing helps in increasing the output. See, this is why they go with something called profit sharing. The employer is a person who goes with a manipulation where he says that I'll definitely share my profit with you. But what percentage of profit he'll share, he will never disclose it. By making the workers more responsible, by securing their cooperation, and by providing them some inducement. See the word here itself, that is some inducement. Profit sharing is there, correct. But how much percent? Is it 50-50? Is it 60-40 or 40-60? What exactly it is? It is called what? Some inducement to work hard. But has an incentive scheme, profit sharing has no practical value. They don't have a practical value. Please, this is a very important topic, that is profit sharing does not have a important value about it. Now it has a number of inherent defects such as no relationship between the reward and the efforts, that is equal treatment is not given. How much you work, will they share that much profit? No. That is the reason we always say what? It has no practical value, as well as if you go little more about it, that is the equal treatment will not be there to both the efficient as well as inefficient, that is the payment of reward after a long interval, etc. Now that means the people who have made more work, in the sense efficient workers and inefficient workers, you will not treat them the same. That is where the profit sharing will have a problem. Next one we have here is profit sharing merits. I've listed few of the merits. You will definitely get a question about profit sharing. So please go through all the points. The first one here we have is higher productivity and efficiency. See, the minute the employer says that you people will be getting the profit from what we have taken it. So that means what? Extra additional amount will be going to their bank as a deposit. Now understand, in the profit sharing, say example 1 crore is what the employer has made the profit. Now what the employees will feel is, the 1 crore, whatever the profit we have actually got for the business, the employer will share with us. But will he share? That is a question mark. But let's go with only the merit now. That is, the scheme creates an interest and involvement among the workers to work, which ultimately resulted in higher productivity and efficiency. So the minute the employer says that I'll share my profit, everybody wants to work more. Healthy and industrial relationship. So industrial relationship in the sense what? The employer and the employee, as well as the laborer, the creditor, everybody, they'll have a very good industrial relation with them. Now better and high earns for workers. Now workers are getting a share of profit, In addition to their remuneration, this improves the earning of the employees and makes them financially sound. So usually what happens is salary is given to everybody, wages are given to everybody, but when productivity happens and the company makes profit, a part of it is shared with the employees. Now here, when I tell you about the demerits, you will understand more about why exactly these things happen and what is the end result if the profit sharing is not given properly. Next we have is stable workforce, increased motivation and morale, develop a sense of responsibility, belonging. So here what happens is, when the employees are getting salary plus they'll get something extra, right? That is the profit sharing here. What happens is their needs will be satisfied. When their needs is satisfied, now they don't have any kind of problem with the employer. In the meanwhile, what happens is they always get motivated saying that we need to do work more, because in the end of the day we'll actually get the amount what we really want. And the next one here is productivity. When we talk about it, productivity will definitely increase, because the more and more profit it goes to the company, in return what happens is it also goes to the employees as well as the laborers. So they'll be very, very meticulous in their work and they'll work for the productivity of the company. Next is improved supervision and administration. Now here you need to understand that when the employees are already motivated, their morale is good, they are going for productivity. Now supervision and administration will be very, very smooth. It will be what? Very smooth. The reason is they'll be self-disciplined and they'll work for the company and the organization. A realization of social justice. When I say social justice, understand, it is the basically social justice that demands equitable distribution of wealth in society. So the employer is actually giving what the employees deserve. Profit sharing and increased national income also. Now here what happens is more and more people will start working, the standard of living will increase. That is what the real aim of profit sharing is. But here if you understand that the benefits of society and nation, what I told you here, again, happy and satisfied workmen, smooth and efficient workforce, everything is what is the profit sharing merits. But after this, we have something else, that is the demerits of profit sharing. What are the demerits here? Let's check. The demerits are equal share of profits. Will it happen? A share of profit is given to all the workers irrespective of their efficiency. This brings discouragement to efficient workers. Now say example here, what happens? I'll give you a practical example here. Say there are 1,000 employees, 500 laborers, okay? 1,000 employees and 500 laborers, they are working in the organization. Now the employer has said that there will be a profit sharing and each and everybody will work really hard. But what exactly happens here, I'll tell you. Out of 1,000 employees, there are 500 employees who are skilled as well as they are efficient. They are what? Efficient. So they are skilled as well as efficient. Now out of this 500, they are unskilled and inefficient. The same way here, right? Skilled, unskilled. There are 300 who are skilled and 200 unskilled. Now the employer gets a very good profit in that year. Say example 2020 only he gets 20 only has get some profit. Now the part of the profit is shared among 1,000 employees and 500 laborers. Now what happens is people who are skilled, they'll also get the same amount. People who are unskilled, they'll also get the same amount. So this is where the discouragement happens, that is to the skilled as well as to the efficient employees. Now here also they'll also get the same, here they'll also get the same thing. So meanwhile in the entire year, skilled people would have trained the unskilled. Skilled people would have actually done more job than unskilled people. Efficient workers should have done more job than inefficient workers. Efficient workers would have actually trained inefficient workers. Now, the more work is done by whom? The skilled laborers and efficient workers. But here what happens? Equal share of profit. So that will definitely discourage who? The efficient workers. Next is no sound base. When I say no sound base, please understand that profit is not resulted merely from the availability of capital and effort of workers. So you don't have a proper base. On what basis you will actually calculate and give the profit sharing? Resistance by trade union. Now this scheme creates more faith and trust in the employee than in the activities of the trade union. So workers may lose their interest in trade union movement and in its membership. So here who will actually get a problem? That is, a trade union will get a problem. Now trade union will not be active if the employees and the employer relation is kept very good. So in long run, if you really need a trade union, still people will not come because members will not be the members there. In the sense, the members who are in the trade union, they'll actually quit trade union and they'll join these type of companies where profit sharing is going really good. Next is delay in profit sharing. Now this is where it is a very big problem. Now profit sharing is there, but it is delayed. A share of profit would be distributed after a specified period. Therefore, it reduces the eagerness and interest in profit for their hard effort. Sometimes what happens is you have done so much for the organization. Now organization have got the profit. While giving the profit or allocating the profit, the organization will not give that time itself. They'll wait for other 6 or 7 months. That is the time they get actually a problem, and then they don't even feel like working for the organization because it has been betrayed is what they feel. So it is not betrayed, it is delay actually. So difficulty in determination of profit. It is difficult to calculate the profit deductions. Therefrom, it requires competent persons. Next is elimination of industrial disputes is not possible. Even after going with profit sharing, the industrial disputes will be there because now profit sharing scheme only minimize the industrial dispute. Total elimination is not possible because some or the other disputes will be there. That is the reason here you can minimize it, but you cannot avoid it. Mutual trust and faith. Now here you need to understand profit sharing scheme requires mutual trust and faith between the employee and employer. So if that mutual is there, then it is fine, or else what happens is a total failure scheme. This is lack of motivation. A share of profit goes to individual workers so small which not enough to motivate him to more effort. So I told you about this 1,000 employees and 500 laborers. Now he would have got a profit. Say example, I'll tell you. Say 10 lakh is what the profit is. Okay, 10 lakh is what the profit is per month, which I'm telling you here. Now into say 11 months, if you go with it, those many crores you actually got it. Now in that, if you calculate 1,500 employees, say 1,400, that is employees and the laborer. Now if you start distributing, what happens? For a year, for 1 year, if you go with that, now how much they'll actually get and how much work they have done. If you calculate it, you will not distribute the entire amount to only the employees and the laborers. You should have reserves and surplus. You should actually go with your creditors. You need to expand your business. You should do so many things, isn't it? So what happens the minute one single person gets, now he feels that for that kind of a amount, why should I have worked for 11 months? So this is where he will never get motivated. Salvation of workers. Some economists criticize that this scheme is just a salvation of worker, and the last one is the lower wages. It is observed that wherever the scheme is applied, they paid low wages to the workers. Now here, this is what you are supposed to know. Profit sharing is announced, but the wages itself is very less. Say example here, the wages per day you are supposed to give them, say 500 rupees. Now the scheme is there, that is profit sharing is there. Instead of getting 500 rupees, now those people will actually get 350 rupees per day. Now this is also per day. Now what happens? Whatever you go with after the profit sharing also, the rupees will be what? 350 to 500 only. So that means what? Very low wages they will actually give, because they feel that they are going with the profit sharing. So if they make profit, only the laborers will get the salary, or else they will never get any kind of a wages. That is what the profit sharing demerit is. Next one we have is fringe benefits. Now what exactly fringe benefits are? Now fringe benefits are actually a term which is being used from 1950s. Before that we never had something called fringe benefits. Apart from wages, apart from salary, apart from those things, whatever the other benefits the employee and the laborer gets, that we call it as a fringe benefit. So fringe benefits are supplementary compensation made in addition to wages, to object being to stimulate the interest of workers and to make the job more attractive and conducive. Now here what happens is, the word fringe benefits, in the sense the other benefits what the employee should get and the laborer should get, that is what we call it as a fringe benefits. That is other benefits apart from your wages and your salary. As to their nature, we can say they are neither mere fringes nor peripheral wage trimmings, but a substantial part of wage and salary structure. It is not salary or wage, it is the substantial part. Now what is the definition of fringe benefits? Now you should be very, very happy to know that in 1950s actually this was being given, and in the words of Cookmer, fringe benefits are those benefits which are provided by an employer to or for the benefit of an employee, and which are not in the form of wages, salaries and time, even the flexibility time related payments. Apart from these, the extra compensation what the employee gets, we term them as fringe benefits. Now here, objectives of fringe benefit. Why is that we need to go with fringe benefits? Please understand. The first one here is to recruit and retain the talented personnel in the organization. See, earlier in the profit sharing, efficient as well as inefficient, they used to get the same kind of a thing. But here, anybody who actually works more for the organization, they will get it. So you can retain the talented person in the organization. To maintain sound industrial relations and avoid unrest in the organization. Again, this fringe benefits is not for inefficient people or people who are unskilled. Now, this is for people who are efficient and people who are skilled. The next one here we have is to identify unsatisfied needs of the employees and convert it into the satisfied need. That is what the fringe benefits aims at. To protect social security of the employees during old age by providing provident fund, gratuity and pension. Now if you understand the HRM 4 and then you come back to HRM 3, you will get to know what are the fringe benefits. As per Article 43 of Indian Constitution, what exactly it is said is, each and every person should live happily. Each and every person should go with optimum usage. Now this is where you are supposed to know, that is the Constitution of India, that is all workers should be given living wage, conditions of work ensuring decent standard of life. So that means what? Everybody should live happily. That is what the Article 43 says. And then objectives, if I go more about it, that is to develop a sense of belongingness among the employees of the organization. That means the organization is always there to take care of us, so that belongingness will be there in the heart of the employee. Now to comply various legislation related within fringe benefits which are formulated by central and state government. But if I tell you more about it, right now the word fringe benefits has been deleted by the organization. We have some other things, but you are supposed to understand all these things. Even the legislature actually told that the central as well as the state government should go with the fringe benefits legislation rules. To ensure cooperation, loyalty and faithfulness among employees of the organization, fringe benefit is made it. And the last one is to develop a brand image of the organization in the eye of public, we go with fringe benefits. So there are so many companies like IBM, Wipro, Infosys, Oracle, Dell, Microsoft, Apple. All these companies, they used to actually say that the workers or the employees who work in their organization, they'll get more fringe benefits. People used to actually opt for the companies where fringe benefits, incentives and other things were more. But nowadays what has happened, I'll tell you, it is like demand is very less for the employment, supply is more for the employment. So again, what has happened, the fringe benefit is actually coming very minimal, and now they have actually removed the word fringe benefits totally in the organization. So any doubt regarding this session, please do call us. We are always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.